Okay, so artificial intelligence, it's just everywhere now, isn't it? It's changing how our economies work, how we shop, even how we talk to each other. But what does that actually mean for you and me, day to day? Well, let's get into it.
And you hear all the big talk, right? Is AI this incredible tool that's going to solve all our problems? Or is it more like a Pandora's box that we probably should have just left closed? The real answer, of course, is, well, it's way more complicated. And honestly, a lot more interesting. So to really wrap our heads around this whole thing, we're going to look at three totally different stories. These stories show you the three main faces of AI today. We're going to look at the big picture, AI as a national strategy. Then we'll zoom into the everyday stuff, AI as a tool that just makes life easier. And finally, we're going to have to look at the dark side, AI as something that can cause some serious real-world harm.
All right, first up, let's zoom way out to that 30,000-foot view. We're talking big stuff here. Geopolitics, massive infrastructure projects, and basically a continent-wide race to define the future.
Now here's where it gets really interesting, because it kind of flips the script. The story you usually hear is that Europe is falling way behind the US and China in this big AI race. But what if that's not the whole picture? Some experts are saying that Europe's constraints, the very things slowing them down, might actually be their secret weapon. It's forcing them to get smarter and more innovative in ways other places just don't have to.
And the core idea driving this whole strategy is something called sovereign AI. And look, this isn't just about cool new tech. This is about national security. It's about economic freedom. The whole point is to keep AI development and, crucially, the data that feeds it within their own borders. They want to build and control their own AI ecosystem, the whole shebang, right there at home.
Okay, so why is this such a smart move? This estimate from McKinsey pretty much says it all. You see, while the US has these giant data centers for AI training, think of that as sending the AI to school, a massive 70% of the future demand is going to be for AI inference. That's the AI actually doing its job after it's been trained. And that's exactly where Europe is placing its bets.
And this really shows you how having less of something can force you to be more creative. Electricity, of all things, is the huge choke point. So what happens? The money starts flowing to places that have tons of renewable power, like the Nordics and Spain. And that pressure, it's forcing developers to build facilities that are just plain better, higher quality, more efficient, and built to last.
Okay, so we've been talking about this massive global scale. Let's bring it right back down to earth, to something we literally all do, shopping. Because AI isn't just hiding in some giant data center somewhere. Nope, it's right there on your phone, inside your shopping cart.
And just look at this number, $73 billion. That's how much Salesforce estimates AI influenced in sales just between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I mean, that's insane. This isn't something that's coming soon. It's here, it's now, and it is absolutely massive.
And this is how they're doing it. You've probably already seen these new AI shopping assistants popping up. You got Amazon's Rufus, which remembers all your past searches to give you better suggestions. Walmart has Sparky to help you brainstorm gift ideas. And Google's AI mode, it can literally build you a comparison chart right in the search results. The goal for all of them is the same: make it super easy to find what you want and hit that buy button.
And it's even getting baked right into the chatbots we're all using. Like OpenAI is building instant checkouts into ChatGPT, so you can literally just ask for a gift idea, it'll show you stuff from places like Etsy or Shopify, and you can buy it right there in the chat. The whole process of wanting something and then getting it is becoming almost instantaneous.
Okay, now we need to take a pretty serious turn here. We've seen AI as this huge strategic tool, and as this handy thing that makes our lives more convenient. But it has a third face, a much, much darker one. And we have to talk about how this same technology can affect people on a really personal and deeply harmful level.
And this is so serious that the United Nations actually made it the entire focus of its 16 Days of Activism campaign. The theme was all about ending digital violence, specifically against women and girls. That tells you something right there. This is being recognized as one of the most rapidly growing forms of abuse on the planet.
So, what are we talking about when we say digital violence? Well, it's a whole ugly spectrum. It's everything from online harassment and cyberbullying to doxing, which is when someone blasts your private info online for everyone to see. And it gets worse: non-consensual image sharing, horrifying deep fake pornography, and just relentless cyberstalking. These aren't just mean comments. They are targeted attacks, and they're being supercharged by modern technology.
And here is the absolute most important thing to understand.
This stuff doesn't just stay online. This quote from UN Women just lays it out so clearly. They say digital abuse increasingly spills into offline violence. It becomes a direct line to real-world coercion, physical harm, and in the absolute worst cases, even femicide.
So what do we do about it? Well, the UN is calling for a response from basically everyone. It's a call to action for governments to actually enforce laws that criminalize this stuff. It's a demand for tech companies to step up and make their products safer, for platforms to be transparent about what's happening, and yeah, for every single one of us as individuals to push for a culture of digital safety and justice.
So there you have it, 3 completely different faces of AI, right? A tool for national power, a driver of consumer convenience, and a weapon causing a human rights crisis. How in the world do we make sense of these all at once? Let's try to tie it all together.
First, you have AI as a grand national strategy. That's the story of Europe, using it as a tool to build up their economy and innovate, proving that sometimes having less can actually make you smarter. Then you have AI as your personal assistant, the AI in your pocket, making shopping easier, finding what you need faster, basically designed to make everything in your life just a little bit more seamless. And finally, there's the face we absolutely cannot ignore, AI as a weapon. A tool that, as we saw, can be used to harass, to abuse, and to cause deep, lasting damage that jumps from our screens right into the real world.
And the thing is, these 3 faces aren't separate. They all exist at the exact same time. The very same technology that's building national economies and making your shopping trip easier is also the one being used to cause so much harm. So that leaves us with one last really big question that we all have to think about. As AI gets tangled up in every single part of our lives, what are we actually willing to trade for all this progress?